Now, everybody wants to know the exact day or dates the American soldiers will arrive this country. That's what you want to hear. And many of you kept complaining. You know how people behave on this social space. Some people will take your number, chat you, ask you, when is President Trump landing here? Do you have any information? When are the American soldiers arriving in Nigeria? That's what I mean. And I'll be like, what do you mean? Some people, even on the comment section at the social media here, you go, if you read comments, you see people will say, what is holding Donald Trump? Everybody has been praying for Donald Trump to land Nigeria. His soldiers to arrive in Nigeria, right? That thing is not going to happen. Yes, and I will tell you why. If you like, drag down this guy. See, one thing you should know about me and yourself is this. I'm also a politician in this country. I hope you know, no matter how small it is. And I've run for position here. I understand some things that you may not know. And the flow of information gets to my ear. And there are people I know that you might not know. I didn't just wake up one morning and start printing posters, start running around for campaigns. No. Somebody somewhere might be at the keyboard for you. So this is how the information comes. If you know this oga know this oga know another oga. Listen, guy, the next 5 years Donald Trump is not coming to Nigeria. The American soldiers are not coming here. After I analyze this thing to you, continue at the comment section, continue expecting America, continue in your prayers that America will come. America is not coming anywhere. Go and mark this thing I tell you somewhere. America is not coming anywhere here. I am the one telling you. And I'm going to specify these things. Few others, there are deep things I may not say, because I wouldn't want it to come out from my own mouth, because of where me and you did. But I will try as little as I can to sensitize whatever I'm going to say, so that it will flow the side you will be able to understand. For now, go and mark my words. Don't listen to what bloggers will write, what junk houses will write and preach to you on videos. Those things are not going to happen. Alright? The only people that will liberate your country, I will tell you later, they are not away from the youth. In Madagascar, Jay-Z generation, just a little Jay-Z generation of 22 years, 23 years, stopped the president and the leadership of barbaricness in their country, just from 22 years below. Where are the people of 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years in Madagascar? They couldn't do it until the little younger generation came and liberated it and liberated themselves. If you're expecting any boot in the country, it's not going to work. It is you in Nigeria that will fix Nigeria's problem. Are you listening to what I'm telling you? After analyzing this thing to you also, start jumping around comment sections. Keep asking yourself, do you know that every blessed day, delegates moves from your country to the United States to lobby? And they are succeeding. They are succeeding. For those of you, Ndi Igbo, listen to me now. Listen, I'm telling you now. I will say it in parable. I will say it in parable. But let the eyes of your understanding be open, that you may be able to understand. We are complaining about the life sentence of Nnamdi Kanu, right? What was Nnamdi Kanu saying? Was he talking about Nigeria, about the commoners? Or was he against the commoners and the elites at the same time? These are two different magnetors. Nnamdi Kanu was speaking on in the benefit of the commoners of Nigeria. against the elites while fighting for the commoners. The commoners forgot him, betrayed him, kept quiet, and the elites indirectly came back to console the commoners and said, don't worry, after this process he will come back, we will return him back again. The elites always knows how to calm the commoners. The case of Nnamdi Kanu is sealed on one word this morning, because today is Saturday. I'm not going to be sounding like usual. The case of Nnamdi Kanu writes a story, and that story is an inscription. That inscription written up there says in parable that in any kingdom where the king is being carried or held captive, go and check, his elders are betrayers. Don't go blaming his enemies, because if you recover the king from them and send back to his kingdom, what happens? His kingsmen will still betray him the second time. Any king held captive anywhere, go and check his kingsmen. They are all betrayers, and they have had a taste of oil. Now let me point out this thing to you, that Trump is not coming here. Go and write these things somewhere. Now let me shock you, because life is not all about you. When you come up, you shout, or you talk what you don't understand. Life is an institution of learning. What you don't know, you calm down, bring yourself, subject yourself a little, so that somebody can breathe upon you. I woke up this morning, I had my bath, and I went out. I came back again, checked where I discussed with cycles of men, and I read certain things there. I came back, I made some calls, and I had a little conclusion with some of my friends over a little thing we had to make research upon. And I sat down. I started deliberating on some things. Shortly when I left and came back here, I sat down a bit. Something was just reflecting upon my head. Do you know that just yesterday and day before yesterday, a woman, I don't want to call them, listen to me, that's where I said your intelligence must be activated at this point. A woman who is appointed as an ambassador, few days ago was in America discussing lobbying the American government, the Senate, never to draw certain conclusion that will bring liberation upon your country. The same woman who happens to be an ambassador from Igbo extraction, her husband died struggling for the common Nigerian. The husband died fighting for the Igbos. Today, because his wife wants to maintain the status quo of a government appointee or an ambassador. You see her in America talking on the lobbying, how they can lobby the American government to suspend the genocidal claim and the actions that should have gotten that. So at this point, there is no hope for you as a Christian, because they have succeeded and they will succeed. Only very few of the American congressmen will still retain their integrity, that dollars will not penetrate their ears. Do you know that dollars bundle, millions of dollars, is leaving your shores to the international communities? What I'm telling you is beyond what you can imagine. If the wife of your uncle could go to the US and start saying, oh, why you welcome, you're welcome, Senator, how are you? Oh, let's know how we can amend this. There's no genocide going on. Just 24 hours later, his husband, his immediate husband, the man who came in the spirit of his own late husband, her own late husband, the man who came in the same spirit, 24 hours later, after your lobbying at the American table, then the man who represents the image of your husband was sentenced to life imprisonment. Do you see the coincidence of life? Listen, at this point, I don't speak like Governor Ezioku. At this point, I am speaking like the son of the great Shanamite that lives amongst the angels, the eyes that sees beyond imagination of man. If things happens from the spirit. Things happens from the spiritual angle of life. See, somebody shared a video to me yesterday and sent to me, do you see this thing, Governor? What do you have to say? See, for this video you sent to me, the person made a video, for just a little time. Why? Because I know that after warning comes action. Are you getting what I'm saying? Things don't just happen. Life is spiritual. So 24 hours after you raised the plankers of negotiation because of the little profit you will make from, all of you should go to this and that, go and start lobbying. And the overzealous leaders you have in your country who does not care about the commoners. Many of them are the ones introducing their contacts to the politicians that has held you captive on the ground. They are telling them, do you know that the Trump's daughter is my friend? Look at the picture. I think I took pictures with her the last time I went to I was in Washington DC, as if she's somebody. As well as, oh yeah, come on, get away from this page. You turn the babu there. You know what is wrong with some of these my idiotic brothers? There are some of them that are idiots, well recognized by me, by our culture, by whom we are. The whole principle about us tells us that, oh no, let me say this thing now before I continue what I'm saying. When I talk, this idiot will come and talk. Hold on, I will block you now. I've just after saying responding this way, I will block you. That's how I do. Now, these fools cannot do what I do. I am not your father's mate, and I have no need believing in or saying things the way you want me to say it. Are you mad? If your father was able to train you very well, not to talk of impacting into my life for others, you wouldn't have been here. In defense of Nnamdi Kanu, you see that I've been to this man Nnamdi Kanu you see today. I've been to his court 3 times. But this idiot will still be there. Even when you try to educate them towards the angles they don't know, instead of him to stay quiet and learn, his comment will buy him out of this place. Don't your name said this kind of useless names. Hey, come and get out from here. Get out, you Aleka. Fools. No intelligence. You lack intelligence. Many of them are fools in kingdoms who govern by baboons, kangaroos. How dare you enter a classroom from the door? You start shouting, teacher, good morning, teacher, 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 I come late, teacher. They will know that something is mentally wrong with this person. When you know you're coming late in a classroom, gently sneak one side, go and sit down. So listen to me, everyone. The United States is not coming to Nigeria. Now, there is still a time. It will get to a point when they will come. It gets to a point when they will come, but not now, not in this dispensation. Trump will come and go away from office. No boot. Thank God this America says it's the only boot they will send here because they want to do business with you, with these your ancestors. That's why they are here. And the whole thing is breathing into the man's ears. Another thing is President Donald Trump, they confused. As an Americans, my fans watching me from America, and they know what I'm saying. The man will say one thing this other side, if pressure comes like this, kakus, because na businessman will be. Me and you know where we come from. Say where me and you come from. Fit carry like even like $200 million. Carry and go give Donald Trump. Donald is a businessman. Practically ask anybody where based for America. By now, money don't fool the man pocket. This is not a joke. You don't need to see. Nigerians, they advise God. Nigerians advises God, even here. Nigerians designs God. Hence it comes to Moku buy this person over to our side. They go succeed. Fear our leaders. The moment you give them chance to dialogue with your conscience, bam. Shebi na APC una say una hate now, right? In 2027, I assure you that you will queue up to support APC. Pleasing you will be a minor thing. Our governors are seeing need. They need to decamp. Do you get what I'm saying? They are seeing reasons to go and join APC. Their reasons of joining APC does not tally with the reason of the common man for development. It doesn't tally at all. These guys are there for their own personal interest. Why the people are expectant of something? You understand? So it is a two different destination. You see the way it is. It is not going to work. It is not going to work here that way. Now in 2027, these same people will queue up to go and vote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I don't hate him. GCFR. But the only way, because if you expect even Mr. P2B to come and fix this country, I don't think it will be possible. Only one thing can govern this country at this point and liberate it, but I can't say it also. It is not going to work. Listen, if you give our leaders a chance, as America announced that, and I know it has failed. It has failed immediately. It is announced. It's like when they want to do military coup. You understand? You understand? Or hence they want to, or they are planning a coup and the thing leaks. It has failed immediately, even though they did not arrest them. Hence it has leaked. They can never execute it again. They can never carry it out again. This is the way these things are. So far, President Trump made that announcement there. Our leaders here and bam, they must buy that Trump. You know, get possible. See, a former governor of Rivers State once said that his successor can bribe even the angels surrounding the presence of God. That thing was not a joke. It was not a super story. In one state in this country, it was recorded on newspaper that only one day, some days to the election, one day, somebody now let me block this person. Oh, I leave it for now. It was recorded on a newspaper. Many of us saw it on a newspaper. That the same successor, this former governor, said that I know this guy. He can bribe even the angels in heaven. I know him. That if God gives him chance to talk, he will also offer God a bribe. That was what Governor Rotimi Chibuike said. You guys saw it. You thought that thing was a joke. And after some time, the prophecy of Governor Rotimi Chibuike came to pass. Allegedly on the internet here, we saw that the same former governor, some days, I think 2 days to the election, he made a withdrawal of 100 billion from state treasury account. 100 billion once. So somebody who can make a withdrawal of 100 billion naira just to conduct election a second time. Hello? No problem. No problem. So so somebody withdrew 100 billion. How did bank manage to get such money for him? How did bank manage? Why will a bank have? You see that this thing was a coordinated, wired conspiracy. So they were going to do so business. If you give us, okay, withdraw 100 billion and give us 80 billion cash. Just take 20 billion. They will just dash one bank. That's why sometimes it's good to get bank, own a bank. They make cash available. If your bank, if you get bank for year, the bank lasts for 8 years. You never become trillionaire like you sabi, because business day. By the time you sell cash, from next year now, just be watching how cash flow will start seizing. You will stop seeing much cash flow around. Maybe you don't know this one. From June next year. From June next year, around June, July 2026, cash don dey seize small. By January 2027, you no go see cash like that again. You go hear one story or the other. Lack of cash. They did it to you last election now. Through MFLA, I can't get 2 currency. This country is ruled and governed by people who are less busy. These people, when they manage this country, they are less busy. They are not busy at all. Well, you know, they watch your politician every time in day fresh, well dressed. Is that man doing anything for a living? From morning till night, this person is well dressed. What he does is, if he comes here, everybody will praise him. Oh, His Excellency. He will wave them hands and say, the same person who has no job doing will be saying, I'm a leader. I'm a leader in this country. Where are you leading from? Where did you pick your own leadership from? And where are you leading to? You get what I'm saying? So, my brother, you get as Niger be. These guys, they will have bookshelves, garden, their gallery where they sit and read books and all that. Swimming pool in their compound. They don't enter inside that swimming pool due to fear. Their bookshelf, they don't even know how to read and write. Like a judge was delivering judgment a few days ago. I was like, now so they read this judgment, which means even a keke repairer in my village who only attended secondary school can also read that judgment. Like he can even write better judgment like this, because it was like a slowly something. You will know, if you listen to the voice of judgment, you will understand that this man is either logically caged, you understand, through his way of reading. So your politician is afraid, he can't even read. You can't see them. You only see them reading. As a leader, remember, I was told and taught years ago that any leader that does not read, any leader that is not a reader, will lead the people astray. It's a powerful word. Somebody please write it back at my comment section. Any leader that is not a reader will lead the people astray. Leaders must be readers. Any leader that is not a reader will lead the people astray. In other words, readers are leaders. Their ego and pride tells them that when they visited a senator in America, a congressman in America, or possibly in the Britain, that bookshelf the man has in his office is just fancy. An African man gets back to his country and builds the same bookshelf beside him. And if you ask him, do you know do you know that there's one story like that I heard about one politician. This politician built a bookshelf in his office. He doesn't know how to read and write. Yes, thank you, my brother. Sarah. Okay. So, brothers, the politician built a bookshelf, very big one, and quoted the other side to be, this is my library, this is my bookshelf, this is my library. So, the day the politician had issue with his boy, one of his boys said, Morgawe is like this, he knows I read, he knows I write. Now we they write everything when they write for here. The day when those books were there for back of him bookshelf there, when they say bookshelf and the library there, the day we'll go buy him. Or God just tell us, say, we'll go where they sell book, just pack books to come fill this place. The man has no mentor, has no targets of studies and all that. All he sent his boys to go and do is go where they sell books, them carry books to fill here. Can such a politician ever read one there? Now there is a man in my village. This man was an ancient academic. So this old man, one day in our village, I think about 2 years ago or 1 year ago, we were passing his side and I decided to stop over and see him. So we got there. I saw him talking to some other younger children. They came back Christmas and all that. So I drove in and came down from the car to greet him. So the man was teaching children. When I asked him, I said, Dede, you can make one here? He said yes, that any day he does not teach or read, that he feels as if he wants to fall sick. Oh man. Now I held on to that words alone and I left, because I know this man to be a very brave man, so intelligent, but I don't know why he does not have money, but very healthy. The man lives averagely. The man is not desperate for anything. You get the way it is. So your leaders have an excellent way of penetrating even the devil. Even the Harvard universities, they can penetrate it. And obtain the credentials of credibility from such Harvard universities, even where they know they cannot even withstand the test. The only people that changes your country is not those white people with white hair. Your brothers here goes there to bribe them and they succeed. Now let me tell you one thing. With the way bribery and corruption is being initiated in this part of the world, do you know that globally we are recognized as people that are not sincere? That's how they see many of us overseas. If you say I'm lying and you live overseas, do they respect your passports? Do they respect your passport? Can they treat your passport the same way they even treat that of Tunisia? It's not possible. Do you know that Guinean passport, Equatorial Guinean passport, enters some country visa-less? Can they allow you as a Nigerian to do the same thing? The answer is no. So globally we are recognized, sentimentally recognized, as people whose ways are not pure. It is possible that we were the ones who went and showed white people that you can throw money about. Brothers, the President of the United States of America cannot come here to rescue you, because before you get to the point of becoming an American president, there are protocols that deserve some observations. You must have undergone certain processes of business, and nobody rules America on the lesser interest of business. Is a lie. Obashi, I go use broken talk this one. No president go ever rule America when no carry business interest at heart. That is their number one target, because now through business they reach. And when you say America no need your crude, America no, is a lie. America no, they get tired. Nobody gets tired for success. Nobody. No, not even me. Not even Aliko Dangote. Not even my uncles. Some of my uncles are 80-something years old. But yet in the morning you see that they want to do something. Your grannies, sometimes they are even old and aged. No matter what you bring for them, if they don't see anything to do, they will start peeling brooms. They will start making brooms. You know, your granny, no matter her age, the spirit of looking for money flows in her. Guess what? That's why the first person you run from is an idle person. Even if that person does not have money, even if that person is not receiving salary, let that person be doing something. Whether you are paid, whether you are not paid, they go and start doing something. No business started that day and started selling that same day. It's a lie. So many of them endured. There are people whom are big importers today in Alaba International. When they started, the goods vanished just like that. How? Because of the expenses in the line and how the line of business. Before he could start selling this his own, another brands have taken over the market. Before he could sell this one option and start looking for money to buy another one, the shop rent expired. He now used the profit to pay shop rent. This guy has shop but does not have goods inside. He did not go back to his village. He started from there, inside an empty shop. If you ask him to go to his village, he tells you no. So when you get to his empty shop, the Igbo man puts chair, put table, put fan, put one light, connect light and pay 5,000. Now what he will go and do is he go to cyber cafe and print pictures of those goods that may attract you. Place it around his shop. They are just like that. Look at this concept. Gradually, if you're coming to buy other boroughs, he will liaise with them. They will bring you to that is shop, that is empty shop like that with table. He will say, what do you want? The more you are telling him and you are feeling uncomfortable, he will tell you that this thing is office now. Warehouse is just behind here. Guess what? The more people comes there, he takes you to warehouse. Warehouse belongs to people that own shop. Oh. Now, if you bring another person to come and sit in that his position to also cage your own customer, after that business, you will give him 10%. The person who has an empty shop, who was about collapsing, has started business. A new life has started. Before you know it, he goes to employ secretary. He does not have one goose. He goes to employ secretary. He goes to employ 3, 4, 5 boys. And all of them will start with him. The first business, after doing it, he made 4 million naira profit. He paid for a station of shop rent and recruited more boys. He starts keeping percentage of 2% to them. That's why if you go to Mandalas in Lagos to buy clothes, you see boys on the street, they will say, nah, let me direct you, let me show you. If he directs you to that shop, after you must have finished buying everything, even if you go, he will just sit on a place, you will be the one talking price your things, pay. That seat he's sitting, they know him as Onyo Saya. That is also higher seat, every young man sitting there. The cashiers at the counter, they have seen his face, they've seen the face of the person that came in with him. So after you buy everything and pay, watch them, they will just look that receipt. That's your invoice. They will look the amount, 1,300,000. That's the clothes you bought. They will tear the receipt and give to you. This guy don't see that receipt. So after seeing you or help you put your things in the car, thank you sir, and when you get them, even if you give him 5,000 or 2,000 or even 1,000, the guy will joyfully leave you. Even if you don't give him anything, say you will sympathize with him. Listen, that's why I tell you, in Africa here, people are intelligent. See, I told one guy the day before yesterday, I said, you've been my friend for a while, and you've benefited from me. The things I tells you, because often you're around me, the things I tells you has worked for you. One, you have poultry, you have one other small business you're doing, and you're doing very, very well since you stopped your job. So you're going to start paying me tithe. That tithe you pay your pastor that time, start paying me, because I've given you sense that what more than miracle. So this Igbo man, this little Igbo guy, continues doing that thing he's doing. Continues doing it. Gradually, he does another business and gets some money more. Brothers, back to what I was saying about Mandalas. Do you know that that boy will run back to that place, go to places like Don Maserati and buy clothes? Now, they will go back there and say, nah, receipt Mbo. He will quote the serial number of that receipt. He holded it once, what he pictured once. But an illiterate in his village, in the city, the environment has inculcated into him the ability to reason like a human being. They will check the receipts and give him that is 5%. You will be surprised, out of that cloth of 1.something million naira you bought, somebody's little loyalty, the guy will make 50,000. They will count the money and give to him. While me and you, who claims we went to Harvard, who claims we are this, we are that, are still operating averagely. After you have PhD, look at your condition and look at the condition of an illiterate who comported himself and operated on the strength of brilliantness. Who is your medical teacher? Who is touching your brain with an unwanted education on social media? Isaac Chijendo, Prestige, you're welcome. Governor Zoku is here. Ambassador Obitex Emmanuel, Governor Zoku is here. Share on this live video. If you're here, share this live video. The more you share it, the more we liberate our world. You aren't doing any good to me. I'm not making money from social media. That's not why I am here. I am here just as a mentally, as a medical or as a mental doctor to certain persons who deserve certain ideas and knowledge. That's why I am here. See, I told God and nature, I said, the day you exhaust knowledge from us, kill me. Let me not just be here again, because, see, I don't know how I should be operating like somebody who is on stroke. Academically, your brain cannot flow. Your sense of communication is totally paralyzed. And you're just existing. Somebody gives you food. Mentally, your hands are caged. Can I shock you on what bribe can do? They call it bribery and corruption. And this thing has taproot right now in 99.9% of families in Nigeria. When you see a policeman on the road, on the way, what comes to your mind? Give him 200 naira. Everybody believes that the security they can get from the police along every highway is 200 naira. Is this how cheap the police has become? Now, when a driver enter a public transport in this part of the world, let me show you how corruption works. It has come to stay. It will remain. Those where they pan AK-47 inside bush, they will take over your cities. There's no two ways about it, because when you check the base, the check and balance of it is not working. Ma use broken talk this one. When I'm not saying that for this country where our former chief of army staff died for plane crash, right? Between the shores of our country. Now, with time, you will see Invade repeat itself again. Uno ga fana ihe aga eme ọzọ gbasara n'isi onye nke anọ na. Knowledge. Now, when you enter a public transport and you're going home, you're going for a journey, and the driver gets to a checking point and decides to behave as a patriotic Nigerian by not giving bribe or offering bribe to the police. If they say paper, the guy will say, I have my particulars intact. Your driver's license, the guy says, I have it intact. Police will say, go and park. If the driver ever tries to park, you know what Nigerians in the vehicle will shout? Okay, give her money now, give her money now. Give her money now. They have known our police so sizable to this within the sketch of 200 naira. And that alone is the major means to compromise security of any nation. Have you shared this broadcast? Listen, do you know why you must share this live broadcast both to family groups, WhatsApp groups, church groups, and all that? I'm not speaking against your Jesus. I'm not speaking against your Allah. I'm not speaking against your culture. I'm not speaking against your deity. I'm only there as a medical doctor to those who requires knowledge. So you can share it with our pleasure, and you bounce back here to watch what we are saying. You need to devote your time into that which is right and justifiable. Listen to me, let me tell you. This same internet space here alone can liberate Nigerians. I'm not telling you about AK-47s. Yeah. Right now, you want Donald Trump to come to Nigeria. Trump is not going to come because the bribe is furtherly triggered. The bribe is furtherly triggered. Even though those guys have risen to more action. Do you know that from the day Donald Trump made that statement till today, we've had more losses than what we had within 2024 entirely. We've had more casualties. So if Trump wanted to take action after his words, after his utterances, and the place is boiling, is he not supposed to have landed immediately? So the space is gone. Tell a Nigerian politician what you will do, tomorrow they will block you. Do you know why no protest has ever yielded any results except NSAS? People have been doing protests. People have been protesting even before that day, but no one had effect like the NSAS. Do you know why the NSAS gathered such momentum? It was not planned. It was an action of events. It was as a result of necessity. That was what brought it up. That was why NSAS had more impact. And there shall be nothing of such Hence he continues planning before doing it. It will not work in this. Mark my words. Mark these things I tell you. Mark these things I tell you. The moment you plan anything, the moment you plan to do anything with a Nigerian, the moment you call it plan, if one person amongst them have access to say good morning to any of his relatives in the whole life, in the whole world, if he has access immediately, 25 minutes after your plan, if a Nigerian has an information, has a means of greeting his mother, he will use, if he has 1 minute, he will use 55 seconds to tell his mother the secret you guys have just discussed now. In less than 35 minutes later, his mother must have told his relatives and his other brothers. The thing will leak. Those ones will tell other 1 million persons. It does not, nothing is rumored in Nigeria more than 24 hours. That's why you cannot seal any information here. So that was why the NSAS had such impact. If you try to plan, if you plan anything in this country that you are going to execute this thing by January, it will leak. Why? Everybody in Nigeria wants money. The quickest means they can get that money is through corruption. That corruption must head to bribe. Bribe solves their demands. Bribe penetrates even palaces of kings. Bribe has defined altars of God, and the lies they have stationed as the pillar of the church is becoming the worst ever. Was it not in this country that we woke up one morning, something that is totally unacceptable? The bishops started speaking on our behalves. The bishops started endorsing Muslim tickets, and now the same bishops are complaining. Few of them are complaining anyway. The corruption that must have eaten up a governorship seat, the office of the number one citizen of a state who happens to be a reverend father, whom initially the people saw and counted on liberation as a priest. He started confronting the truth, confronting the throne with truth. After a short while, he saw the need to walk away from that. Hello. I'm on live video, brother. No problem. All right. People fear religion more than truth. I am fine, Chika. You see the way it is. So whether you like it or not, President Donald J. Trump is not coming here. The man is not coming to Nigeria. Their soldiers are not coming here because the same bribe that will control 2027 election, the same bribe must have gone to higher tables. Believe me. If you doubt me, if you have any link to the American aviation, those of you experts, I don't know how you guys can do this thing. If you have access to the American aviation, I don't know if there is a site or something to verify how many persons that must have fled into America within the space from that day President Trump made that statement till date. You will discover that more number of your elites, your retired generals, your former SGF, attorney generals and all that, you see that most of them must have stepped into America. What are they going there to do? Many of them might not also be members of the ruling party. They might be members of the current parties you see, but they said, okay, I know say on a party one contest against us for 2027, no problem. Moku first solve our problem internationally, then on a go contest election, no problem. We want you to help us go to America as a member of a different political party. Go and meet some of the congressmen, know how you can bribe them. And hence this man sees that it's a business of $400,000-$500,000. Once they pay him now, a good businessman as an African, that your leader will leave and travel to America and go meet a congressman, start enveloping some piece of dollars. They know how to enter you. Our people know how to enter you. So those ones you see still saying something on that debate are the ones that good bundles have not arrived at their table. But even if all of them finishes doing anything they say they are doing, those processes and all that, and Donald Trump decides, due to how much way he don't get, he decide not to do anything, can those things those congressmen did, would they ever have effect? One day they hold us ransom. They hold all of us. Whether you and I don't believe in this one. They say that is only the Igbos they are holding ransom. There's nothing like that to tell you the gospel truth. Whether if you like believe, if you like leave them. The same way if you go to Edo State, there are part of Edo State that are complaining that the major Bini people are suppressing them. Even in your own community, there are one small kindred like that still complaining. So what is holding us captive is not a Yoruba thing. What is holding us captive is not an Igbo thing. What is holding us captive is not an Hausa thing. What is holding you is a collective choice of the elites. That is what is holding. That's what has kidnapped you. Because they have a senator from the north, you have a senator from the east, you have a senator from the west, you have a senator from the south. These guys comes together and make certain decisions. While bribe was exchanging hands, did your own senator ever raise hand and said, I'm not involved? And instead of that, I will expose people so that Nigerians will hear. He that kept silent has accepted defeat. So those people who come and say Nnamdi Kanu, we have condemned this and that, or what the federal government did. You know why they are doing it lately? Because they've seen that the atmosphere seems sad. So they need to come and reawaken their conscience on your table ahead of 2027. Nobody cares about you. People only cares about their own pockets. And our people, the worst of it is, let me tell you something about Nnamdi Kanu. Some of the truth, if I say it, you hear the Igbos. If I tell my brothers the truth, they no go agree. Kamji Igbo so nka na. Otefro mazi no na. Asa anyị na yejela appeal na, anyị amankwe. The shackles of the Nigerian judicial system. I could these things too much because of one thing. MBA, NJC, anything the judiciary, in bad light for my own benefits. Manner. When I remember Ebem Shipota, some things Nkotokoya Hammer small, but the Poslami Kutoku, NJC, Nigerian Bar Association, or the judiciary complete put together. They didn't suppose it because Emule Bona had the chamma for my type. That in April, they are judiciary. As long as I can win a little link signal to the presidency, what anything each on I can get with that. There is nothing each on those people that you will ever get at this point. I'm telling you. He got advice you when Hana Gara these people. But Agwaponia on Amankwe, the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu, Hamana no be how we hana give me. Before Han suggests area that call her way dent to their face. I mean to their face. Lawyers here withdraw Godi. Kele if the judge will pause this matter for where? Master tried to decline for submission and all that. What will happen if this guy will go out of this matter? So that can be whatever Mana won one, Yamanaka package 2027 election. Manaka game. Onyega Banyaka Mana. I was one of those when my remember live video I'm saying Nanga choka this trial. Was say although lawyer may chowa the same thing, chowaka, I remind the aya to prison custody. Then how I get with as a production warrant. Or a megodi the matter no date. Come by state ibera or this and that ibera. State Prosecution Council or lawyer ibera with our date. So they can be dealing with it on adjournment time now Ghanaian PC legs from the Kijinia freedom. That was what they saw before this matter were like this. But all the same now, because our people both who know actually were experts, my him and possible for now. With the way Ejiri hate it on. And when some things on name on careful. At this point, when don't you book what Ijabara appeal obla? No you bobla was in a menabo. It on but I'm going to pay President Bola Meritini day. Now he told Nnamdi Kanu, ma ke Donald Trump he need day everywhere. He told the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He need day every day you gather people no need dia. All an online protest. You get daily from anywhere you are. Ana good news na BBC, World News or Al Jazeera. Once Al Jazeera no live, phone a guardian we no need dia na he had to the release. Mind you, so many journalists they follow those international medias, so they would like to carry out news about that. You understand? They read the activities on social media and I go wire on news that the social media it has taken to the social media. This thing has been trending on social media. You do hear it on news. So social media will a heavy influence, both na Twitter. So no media warrior, and all of you took over the space of media. You saw how it went. Even now, the only thing that can pressure Trump now, for Trump na you take your action now, but that's communicating media, this social media platform you have has a lot to do. Do you know that most of the local media houses in Nigeria are not being monitored or followed by the international community? The international community gets certain information by letters we write and a few of our activities on social media. If you are thinking that they get information from this media here, no. A lot of people in America don't watch in NTA Nigeria. See, if we have 10 million Nigerians overseas, 9,999,000 does not watch NTA. Ask me why. Because they believe that anything these people tells them are nothing but lies. That's how people treat. Go and check NTA now. Go and check so many of them. Their pages only have 200,000 followers out of a country of 200 to 300 million population. At least NTA is supposed to have average followers of 10 million followers as the Nigerian Television Authority, African Television Authority, Abe Nigerian Gene Television Authority. Why? Because people are angry. So the only means you can communicate some things to the Western world is not when you rant here only. If you like, make video, make 200 videos. Trump does not have time to watch that your video. Trump does not do that. Averagely, the world is positioned to an extent where even grannies of 80 years now, they read comments. They prefer reading. The time of our mothers, our fathers, you remember, reading was all they do. They don't know about this your videos and all that. They will read paper, read anything. So many of them now reads online. So when you want to comment, you take this your normal Facebook account, take it, go to Donald Trump's page, go to Vladimir Putin's page, You will say you be Yahoo guy. Right now, convert them to Portuguese language. Comment on the pages of those Portuguese presidents. They will read you. France will read you. There they will be knowing your mind. There they will be knowing what is going on. They will be making decisions. It's like if we keep the people are angry. Look at their reactions. They call it reactions on the social space. All of you know what to do to liberate yourself, but you choose to use that strength to follow your pastor. You choose. Check if a pastor is on live broadcast in Nigeria. Now there you go. Use no our people they crazy. Well. How many persons did you see watching this live video now? At some point it was about 150. Now many of them claims they've gone to work. Why will an Olodo get too busy? Somebody is an Olodo, he's an Olodo. Before you go out to make money, Nnamdi Kanu the meaning of NTA, National Television Authority. The book on hand and issue NTA on the Jamaica on the in my table. I've been Nigerian Television Authority. I'm gonna hand them. So they are too busy. How about Fuela? They've gone to go and hustle. At the end of the day, they come back with nothing. And even if they come back with something, there is no brain to sustain it. Just as our leaders, they lack the brain to sustain power. Now take my words, or you leave it. The bribe of your leaders will work. The bribe has gotten to tables where it should get to. More will go. More bribe will travel. Because what actually our leaders going there to do? The Minister of Defense who went to America. What did he go to America to do? So what is he going to be discussing with the American Department of War and thereabouts? What are they going to be discussing? Is it not those things they said, those things you heard from Africa? It has just been there from Nigeria. We don't know. These things are coming this way. These ones are lies. They are not. It's not genocide. That is one thing they want. They want to match down that word, genocide. Hence, they match it, then they will be able to climb the next step. So after talking on a normal Nigerian man, you know, on a normal Nigerian leader, you know. After talking, what do you expect? They will say this is envelope. Mr. Rafosh, you can take this one and take good care of yourself. A white man, a dollar printed and owned by his own country is what you loaded from your own country and traveled down to this place with as bribe. The man will collect it from you. Let's have it. Or drop wire. American congressmen, past congressmen, if they tell you how much these people don't chop for Niger, if they tell you how much will they don't make from your leaders, both individuals, like this statement you see where Trump will make against Nigeria. Now money, now your people here carry money, go give them. Now they must use money sponsor and they must lobby. They call it lobby firm. Is that America? They lobby, although they try to expose to the world. Those ones they try. Those ones that are using their own personal money to lobby congressmen to do everything, make sure they talk about Nigeria, put effort. They are left only with that option. Guess what? You know why they are not succeeding too far? They are trying, they always leave a very big punch on the wall. But guess what? You know why it's not working? The amount their opponents are holding, the amount of money their opponents get, which are the elites back home here. You when they do business, how much you want to pay? You will base for America, how much? The person, let me tell you how this thing works geographically or spiritually. Do you know that the people that will liberate Nigeria is not Nigerians overseas? Nah, lie. That's why they tell you. Those ones overseas, they don't shoot gun. They are saying, if you don't give us, if you don't divide Nigeria, if you don't put this person for power. If they make that noise there, they will go to jail. The only thing they do is, because they are more crowded in number, a bit more than the helpless 210 million or 230 million youths. See, ask yourself, there are 10 million Nigerians living overseas. 10 million. So out of 240 million citizens, that is according to census 2006, right? As at now, me, I'm describing Nigeria to be 300 million in population totally. Because now they count things for here. If they can't. Oh, yeah, carry this one, Jonah. 18, 19, 20, 18. They will be counting one time. That's how they rig election. Somebody who does not know number, somebody who does not know how to count number, like a governor was saying, just to pronounce figure became an issue to him. The money you want to spend, you don't know the exact amount. Now listen to me. Listen to this analysis. Listen to this. Out of that 300 million Nigerians we have as of today on the surface of planet Earth, 200 million now youth. Because for this country now, people wait they 90 years, they need to last again. So let's assume 200 of you are youths. Out of that 200, 10 million only, they are outside the country. 190 million, the remaining 190 million choose to be in captive inside the country, and they are begging the other ones. They are begging the ordinary 10 million based abroad. Oh yeah. Bomb. Will betray a thunder babu. So the other 200 and the, let's say the other 190 million persons are crying, hey, change them my hand, change them my hand, change them my leg, come help me. They are begging the other 190 million in overseas to come and help them. Funny enough, those ones overseas are struggling with life there. The one back home here is even better a bit, but does not know his right. Listen to how foolishness reigns. The politicians, the elite, those holding you captive, all of them put together, both your state house of assembly member, the militaries, the police, the army, EFCC, including the terrorists, to put together, both the terrorists and the elites and their sponsors, both the formal military and your former governors and former leaders, former state assembly members, former senators, former this, as long as that person is breathing. If you gather all of them together, they are not up to 500,000. What? They are not up to 500,000. Then people that are not up to 500,000 are holding 295 million persons captive. If you bring the military now, open outside that 500,000, both your politicians, your military and everything. If you remove military, remove the past leaders and count on the present leaders in office, all of them are not up to 1,000. No, let's say the state assembly in Imo State, 27 state assembly member, 23 River State had 30 something, because some local government, they divided it into two within themselves. So if you gather all the state assembly members, everyone in Nigeria, all the current leaders in Nigeria, to Senate, to House of Representatives, all of them put together, they are not up to 2,000. They are not up to 2,000. Now look at how manipulation works. These people that are not up to 2,000 are the ones who mismanaging the good number of military and police put together that are up to 300,000. 2,000 persons, manipulating them, using these 400,000 policemen to manage the other 190 million youth victims held captive under the economy of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Are you getting sense? The other 10 million living overseas who behaves as if they know something, if you go inside them again and begin to split them, the ones with their personal interest there are 6,000. 4,000 have interest, 2,000 out of the remaining 4,000 have interest to, or as at how they can bless their family members, how they can come and drag leadership tussle there. The other 2,000 that seems credible, the other 7,000 will never believe in them that they are wise. I told Marabago, you listening to me, that's why I'm trying to break it down so that you will understand. The other 2,000 that have the genuine interest at heart that lives amongst those that lives overseas, if they are contributing money, the other people who have interest of their family members and their own personal interest, put them together, they are 7,000 or 8,000. So whatever the other 2,000, genuine 2,000 persons are trying to contribute or say, the voice of 8,000 men will overshadow that of 2,000 men. Do you see why the manipulation upon the continent of Africa and especially Nigeria is not living the next 100 years? See, what is happening here is not living here the next 100 years. With the kind of mentality our youth have, the only people that can do something now is them. All of them have social media handle. How many of them have you seen doing we no go gree on Al Jazeera? How many of them have you seen on France 24? All their pages, people they are following, they are not even playing international politics. See, as long as the victims of this country are not playing international politics with this your world leaders, with this your leaders will go to world meetings and make friends, relationships that will quench your own voice. Those meetings your president goes to do, Venezuela, South Africa, this and that, World Summit. You think he's going there because he wants to sit with those olodos there, those white people? He's not going there because those people, they give him money. No. They are going there to build relationships so that while dealing with you, if you are crying too much, and that those their friends wants to ask what is wrong with him, they will say, "Oh, William, my friend, how are you? So I came yesterday, I checked on you yesterday, you were not around. Don't mind this one crying here. He just making noise. He's complaining of too much pain on his leg. You know, he played football today and broke his legs. So, Williams, how are you? How are you? How are you? I will come to Estonia next week. I'm the president of this country." Shut up there. Shut up. You see how they are mismanaging you. They build more relationship. Now the youth are not building relationship. They are not building more international relationship. Okay, you can imagine, as Nicki Minaj day now. She is Nicki Minaj or something. I don't know the lady who went and addressed the United Nations over what is going on in Nigeria. You see, an international musician was busy talking about what is going on in Nigeria. Those your own big singers for Nigeria here, did you see them ever say anything? The people holding you captive are more united. They know hate themselves. Politicians love musicians. Musicians love them. Once they invite musicians, do you know that Flavor came to my village? You know that Flavor has been to my village before. That place you see that there's no light, no road. You know that Flavor has been to that village before. Cubana chief priest has been to my village before in Ngobala. When they were doing a by-election for state assembly, the governor of Imo State, the current governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, brought Flavor to for campaign in my community. Flavor came there. Flavor saw the bad road. Flavor did not say His Excellency because Oza Ajoka. Even though after singing that your hey, at least His Excellency Ozonka Ajoka. Oh, Igbo Kaino. Manoman Kuya. That word alone would have liberated that local government. Flavor would have served as a prophet that liberated Ngobala. He did not. They jumped back SUV and left on bad road. The worst road in Africa is in my community. The worst road in Africa is in Ngobala. We have road single users. The people they don't have any other option. We have such a road that even tipper cannot pass. We have road in Ngobala now that was once a clota. As of today, even caterpillar cannot go there. So while Donald Trump is designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern, please, you should also designating Ngobala as a local government of particular road concern. We are finished, hence it comes to road. So Flavor was humble inside the SUV. Cubana chief priest was there. Pierre. None of them they came because the governor got only 40 million. That show. So our people are still suffering. That money that governor was spending in Ngobala to campaign in my community for a by-election state assembly. The person they spent that money on was only going there to go and replace somebody who left the office. We have had a state assembly member in Ngobala who got to that place and say, now this nonsense they do here. The man left the seat and fled. Honorable Tochi Okereke, Google it. The seat the man abandoned and left. That was the same seat about my state governor came with Flavor to come and campaign in my local government. The man he sent to state assembly went there. After 1 year, they ran into the 2023 election. The man dropped the position of governor dash team and started out of his greediness because he's a greedy vulture. He started campaigning for Federal House of Representatives and handed over the ticket for State House to this one there now, the person that is there now. Say, hold it for me. If I go and come back, I'll collect it. If I succeed for Federal House, can you use this one? So when he lost primary for Federal House, he returned to this one to come and collect the same form. That one told him, keep on organ at that place. Come and get out. That was how he lost. Today he's in the village. He's not crying, saying APC is bad. APC is bad. That's what he's telling my people now. And he's not supporting one of our town men to run for governorship. That's very good. But the character of this man beside Mazi Buruburu, the character of this guy is porous. We didn't get even one poll. Till today, we've not get anything from Governor Hope Uzodinma. The only thing my community gained was that he brought Flavor and Cubana chief priest to my kindred. That is all. That is the only thing we have gained from here. Now, have you seen any of them talk about the genocide? Have you seen any of them? All these big celebrities, have you seen them talk against what is going on between Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government? Okay, forget about Nnamdi Kanu since it's not your concern. No problem, Oga musician. What about the genocide going on nationwide? Nicki Minaj talked about it from far America, and you that it is happening in your own country, you've not said anything about it. Those who are concert for this big arena in the United Kingdom, so you guys can no longer organize a protest there and lift up the flag of Nigeria. You can call it a prayer show. All musicians, the same way you guys did tribute for the Green, you guys can do tribute for those that has become victim of this herdsmen or thereabout. Make a music with it. While they played, South Africa hosted the World Cup for the first time. The continent of Africa is holding a World Cup. Music, all of you made musics. Musicians were making music. But Econ, the black man is mentally sick. What happened to the black man is that thing that touched the gene of a black man that has compromised the brain cells of a black man from reasoning like human being. The conduct people are returning back to their families will porous and pollute the name of the black man completely and eliminate it out of the surface of planet Earth. It may take time. This is deeper than understanding. only if they don't take time. They don't care about their own. Have you seen your musicians talk about what's going on? Have you heard from them? All of them kept quiet. They are busy waiting for Christmas show so that they can be free to do their Christmas show. They don't care. The monies they are making, they don't even need it anymore, because many of them, they've driven series of good cars and thereabouts. Ferraris, Bugatti, Royce, phantoms of it. You've tested life, but you want to maintain that your competitive standard. That's all they want. The richest musician, the richest this and that. But they don't want to become the best liberator. And I begin to ask them, during the time of Fela wouldn't be afraid of anything. Fela sings his music prophetically, even at the point of smoking. So the man that was seen as a madman became a prophet to this generation. The things that somebody who was smoking weed was saying is now making more sense, more meaning. His words are becoming more powerful than the words of the elites that we are running the country as at then. Don't allow your brain to be incubated again at the middle of foolishness. In the whole of Africa, nobody right now wants to dine or sink in the spirit, just like the days of prophets. Lucky Dube, Peter Tosh, many of them, Bob Marley. People, we are not praising anybody with music. Today's music is once a high life singer in Igbo land wants to sing. Those are one of the highest idiots today we are facing. There are no prophetic words proceeding out of their mouth. Sorry, I know the likes of Ayidons will work on these things I am saying now. Be a prophet. Let your music be prophetic unto the ears of the next generation. May they have something to remember. Music is something, is a bed and a rosary that sings history and speaks about the future. When children of heroes listen to the music of the old, they get inspiration. I'm not hearing hey. It's like when you see somebody like me seated comfortably and I'm watching what's it called? What's this guy's name? Portable. So imagine, will you feel comfortable? You sit with your child, with your children, and they are watching Portable sagging down and all that. As a responsible man who wants to retain your integrity and reserve your future for good, you wouldn't be listening to this guy. Now, Portable, the same time, the same Igbo you are smoking now, that was what this man, Fela, held in his hands, and he was seeing the future of Nigeria. He was seeing the bad character of these people, and he was not afraid of them. There are songs people sang with the name of King Sarowiwa. King Sarowiwa. When you listen to it and Ogoniman tells you the interpretation of it, they are inspirations. I want to ask the mighty, where is the golden verse? Who has bewitched my word? So none of you can sing again, and the inspiration flows that will guide and keep the next generation. All of you wants to sing for money. In days of old, prophets and aligned men of music works together. Music, it tells about the magnificency of God's throne. Just like when you hear me sing, "Oh Bimdi Ebino, Oh Bimdi Ebino." The power therein flows a message. Music tells something. You cannot be a nuisance and say that you're a musician. Africans are known as musical prophets. Do you know why when they held the World Cup When South Africa hosted the World Cup, they invited Fela's son. There were certain remembrance of dignity. There are great words related to whom this man is that the South Africans remembered, and they had Fela's son. Even though we cannot reach his father, who happens to be in the grave, for the sake of the respect we have. The white man travels from where he is and comes to Fela's shrine to listen to music. You know why? There are no essential equipment manufactured by Fela. Every of those musical equipment, we are all manufactured by the white man. But they were more in use prophetically in the ears. So welcome back. Fela was making use of those instruments as mighty weapons of the prophets. Those today, what are they singing? Nabania. What will happen Nabania? That's what I need to know. Nothing. Hey, hey, hey. Why are you shouting? Nothing. The person dancing. So Fela was operating as a prophet. And today musicians, whom are they operating as? Even in Igbo land those days, even in Yoruba land, the times of Shina Peter, there are things they say. The time we had warrior in Igbo land, the warrior was giving certain parables. Sometimes he would say, when a woman takes the lead before her husband, whatever is waiting for the husband will take her. There were music as at then was in riddles. Music was a caution. Listen, every emo person, anybody from over the zone knows this parable, and popularly all of us extracted it from the music of Warrior, where he says, Dinelo wa manosi kachanjo. Ojaron manu, oje mama yeshie. No waranye, everybody quotes this thing. The parable says, the adage says, he said there are many other evil people do or does. He said, but among all, he said crime, criminality, armed robbery is the worst. He says, it fades people's value and it closes generation. Music was flowing on the product or prudency of prophetic words and utterances. The weed the prophets were smoking did not allow them to from communicate, as in did not hesitate or stop them or prevent them from communicating in the spirit to know the truth and the moment to say it. The musicians of today, and somebody is running for elections and give you money, you begin to do jingles. You begin to lose value. You begin to lose value. As at the time, Fela in his insight saw where Nigeria is going, saw what is coming, and he was saying them. Why writing them down? Do you know that those people who went to Harvard also, the elite will be saying that he's a madman, that he's a dropout, he's a fugitive, he's this and that, even though Fela went to school. But his words became the words of life. Go and listen to his son, Shehu Kuti or thereabout. While the guy talks on the internet, he will also make sense. You know why? The breath of his father flew upon him. What are you doing with your time? Who is your mentor? Is that person tormenting you? In your academics, in your business world, in the cycles where you sit, and even in your immediate family, there are standards you need. Hey, do you know that my son will not look like you? If my son looks like my brothers, then that's not my child. My child looks like me. There are many ways to look like me as my child. It might not be facially. It might not be in action. But let it be me in knowledge as my child. My child does not necessarily need to be my child in the physical. My child does not necessarily need to be that I slept with a woman and she got back to a child. No. My child can be when I see a man and see knowledge in him, and while I try to submit myself under him, he sees the need to outsmart me by submitting himself under me. That person is a child. And as children who follows a certain process of a mentor, you must have an ear of listening. Then a mentor must not cheat his child. Hi, few days back, I made mention of something. I said, I have mentors, I have people I listen to, I have many of them that I listen to as of today. Then there are people that I see as my father. That's why my dad is here. But do you know that I have somebody I respect so much. He never gave me 1,000 before. Sorry to say this, sir. Like, I never go tell and say, give me anything before. But this man is assumed God over my head. Because I decided not to be without shield, without shelter of wisdom over me. No, I don't want to be a bastard in knowledge. I want to have a father in the academics of knowledge. Now, if this man calls me and says I should submit my phones, I should not go out with my phones today, that I should bring all my phones to his house now, before God the Almighty, before this very minute, I will carry my phones and go and give to him now and return back here now. Now. If he didn't give me back these phones, there is no problem. I will not be angry. Because I don't want to offend that God that will save me anytime, any day. I don't want to offend that man who has been source of wisdom, knowledge to me. Not be my direct father. Oh. Now, do you know that by the grace of God, I have pierced into certain level and positions with him as at now that I'm not sure of any of my lineage would have gotten. But it is not money. It is not money. Somebody washes my car here. Sometimes I wash myself. Sometimes I wash by myself. But do you know that I have somebody that, for example, there was a time he traveled to a certain state, and I was also in that state. So I let him know that I am here, sir. He said, all right. So when I got to the apartment where he lodged, I got to the room. Immediately, he was there with somebody, like a kind of visitor, seated at the parlor discussing with him. I greeted him, sat a bit. I had to walk to the the suit itself and start cleaning that place for him immediately. My toilet I use, I wash such a pota aside Lauro one. I left. No, he left before me. I continued while I was in Abuja. I continued what I was doing there. When I finished and returned back, that thing I returned on a Tuesday. On Friday, the wife called me on the phone and said, where are you? I said, Mommy, I travel, but I'm back. He said, okay, why not come to the house? I went to the house. The wife gave me certain stockfishes, many stockfish, all those kind of things. Those are the only thing you can give me. I'll collect from such person, not physical cash. So she told me, house I told me that in Lagos, Abuja, I had to clean up everywhere. He just want to thank me. I laughed over it because there are other messages I've gone for that man that the man did not tell his wife. But he communicated this one to him because the man felt that this guy humbled himself to the chronings to do that. Before he could come out talking to the person, I have already finished cleaning that side for him and came out again and did the same thing. When they buried his mother, when this my boss buried his mother, I was in his village for 8 days. While they are working in his, because they had to do renovation in certain of the house, we scraped the upstairs, paint, scraping paint and all that. I was there till they finished those things. You know that while I was in the village, his master bedroom key was given to me so that while they are working there, I'm just trying to explain something to you. While they are working there, I should not let the room, I should not let them just remain in that room. So while they are working in this room, my own is I will just sit down and watch what they are doing till they finish doing that room. I locked it and held the key back again. At least the clothes he wears in the village is in that room. So that thing you see me went there to do for him, to me it is a privilege. I didn't go there alone. No, Emeka followed me to that place with one other person. 3 of us, we went there. I don't call Oga to say, sir, we want to eat today or want to buy fuel. Leaving Port Harcourt to Ohofia. After we finished that of 8 days, I returned back again to Port Harcourt again. A day to the burial, I went there, I think 5 days before the burial again. After the renovation, I went there. Remember, in this renovation, they didn't give me any contracts. They didn't give me anything. And that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is my relationship with that my boss. That man whom I have gone through the chronicles of academics. Who has sat, if you have once sat as a judge and somebody has privilege of coming closer to you, the person is opportune to have sense. And you don't go close to this kind of people, you start asking them for money. No. They themselves, they need money. So on their birthdays, that good watch, you can buy for yourself. If it's 500k, buy, give them. They will show to their children. Their children are also rich. They will show to them and say, now, Prince brought this. That's a good watch. Wow. The son, once he sees that watch, he will say, Dad, did you know how much is this watch? Bro, Prince is trying, can I see? They will just joke over it. Their children knows that they have a brother in you back home here in Nigeria. That's an asset. There is somebody in Oko, Anambra State, very recently, yesterday,
I was thanking this guy online here. This guy last week sent me money to buy him gas. I think about 9,000 kg. This guy never seen me before. This guy has not seen me before. This is how I encounter this kind of people. Now, I told him the exact price they are selling gas. In stock gas. I told him the exact price. So somebody around me started saying, why is Jagwani exactly like that? If for top 5 naira, if for top 10 naira. That's a good money. Oh. If I top 5 naira, hold on, let me show you something. How these things works. Now see, oh. See, 5 naira times 10,000. He wanted to buy 10,000. 5 naira times 10,000. That is 50,000. If I top it, then if I top 15 naira per kg times 10,000, that gives you 150,000. Now I told the guy the truth, that look at the price of the gas. Ha! The person around me started shouting on me, say, only she in madam, this thing, are they happy? Come joy a while, same that Naima price, they got quite the same price, or they should make something. Then the transport that will carry the gas for him to Oko was supposed to be 700,000. So I had to instruct driver to go for 450. Everybody felt bad. All of them were murmuring. Me, I don't care, because the major thing is, what I was looking at is not money. I'm looking at somebody who does not know me from anywhere. And this guy paid over 11 point something million naira into my account. He has not seen me before. Wait, the drivers are on the way. They're on their way to Okona. Let me call them. They're on their way. Dangote, we are not rich. We are not rich.
Before Abu Junction, we reach there. Don't degree enter gear where. So I think one person come drop one person come mechanic for it. They don't lose the team. So they won't go buy them. When they go fix them before we begin to move.
Okay. No, I will call you back. So you understand the way it is. So what I was looking at is not what I will gain. What I was looking at is quite different from what these people are looking at. Somebody will never see you before. The guy wired 11 million something into your account. That you should buy product for him. He knows the price. He knows what vehicles should collect. Now, if the vehicles are supposed to charge 700, if the vehicles at some point take 700 and I decide that the person should pay less than that, the person paid. The person knows I've done good to him. The person will find a way to retain my relationship with him. You see the way life is. So I was targeting connection, friendship, relationship, and maintaining trust and not money. While those around me, they were saying, top where you go, every time it's not good, I laugh. What I am retaining is, somebody watched me on the internet. Do you know I have encountered this kind of people? And gave me a contract to do for him. It's just a message. What if that thing is a trial? Okay, the truck didn't go that day. I had to find a way. Even if it takes us adding something, let's just do it. Let that thing get there. That relationship with that guy can go go a long way. That relationship with that guy can go beyond 10 years. That's what I'm looking at. Then he's also left with his conscience. Some people knows the right thing to do. They are waiting for you to just extend their hands of uprightness. Then that was how I bought this gas for him. This is not a story. There is one woman like that in Ikonobasi. Somebody built plant for this woman. To get gas became issue to this woman. I didn't know. Somebody linked her to me. I talked to this woman on phone. Just on call. Although the person who linked this woman to me, the person came to me one-on-one. We sat down. While discussing, the person gave me phone to talk to the madam. I spoke with the woman. Dear on call, dear on call. The woman said, okay, now let's start from 10,000 tons. As in 10 tons. Dear on call. They bought gas, paid through me. I did those things for them. It has no much gain though, because I wasn't looking for much gain. I knew that this person no get access. He no get me with this. They buy gas or fuel. Now, for example, once I know, I put money behind. Since you know that if you get one contract, you make more money, why fighting over little stipends? You understand me? So what I did was I bought that gas, delivered, took them to that place, took them to depot, showed them ways, showed them how to be buying gas. That woman, sincerely, she saw my heart, saw the way things were. So sometimes she would just tell me, Governor, I added 100,000 for you. I added 50,000. I'll say thank you, man. I will just keep quiet, humbly. When I was running for elections, do you know that these people, the woman, then I only saw her once when she came to market with her manager. The next time I saw this woman was that they were traveling to they were coming back from Anambra State. So they intended to follow Aba. She called me and said, where are you? I said, I am in the village. She said, how is the campaign going? I said, fine. He said she want to, if she's passing, they will pass through Abala. Then they would like to pay me a visit. I said, okay, no problem. So while they were coming, I sent somebody to come to the junction. The woman, her security, everybody drove from Abala Junction to inside that my village. They came there. And the woman gave me 1 million naira in support of my campaign. I didn't tell you transfer. Cash. That was mint. Maybe the remaining money where they carry go occasion. She handed over that money to me like that. 1 million naira for 500. 2 white wrap like that. She gave it to me. Had it been, I did not build on trust, that woman wouldn't have come at that point when I needed support. If you watch me that time, I didn't come to social media to beg anybody for money or for support. No. I didn't do that. It was a minor thing. God used just one person like this. My other strength were just little, add. This is how God is. Millions of naira. Even after the thing self, I was surprised. If I get a call, you hear, don't worry, guy. Don't worry. Don't worry, forget about it. That's not the end of an era. I smiled. I wasn't bothered at all. I was not worried due to the kind of people God gave me. And those people you see God gave me, I run the maintenance of their trust and conscience. That's one thing I run around with. I wouldn't like to toy with it. If you get 3 people, if you have 3 people, let's say if you have 5 persons who does business of 50 million, 5 persons, that's 250 million naira value. These are the kind of cycle you find yourself in. You have 5 persons who does business of 50 million. And out of that 50 million, they can trust you with 5 million naira. Once 5 of them trust you with 5 million naira, what you have is 25 million naira for a start. You have more beginning capacity more than them. They started training that their own 50 million from scratch. But opportunity and privilege brought you into their cycle. They gave you 5 million. 5 of them has made you a millionaire of 25 million naira worth of business value. If you do it further with them and retain strength, you are coming to become the richest from them. Forget about how you began. You know why? By the time they gave you goods of 5 million naira, they saw that you delivered, and they are growing with the other 45 million naira goods around them. Hence, they are growing to a profit of 70 million. When they bring goods, they will still return another 10 million to you. In next season, if 5 of them gives you 10 million naira worth of goods, you now have the total value of 50 million naira goods, while they are still at 45. If you do it for the next season, you are richer than each and every one of them. Now guess what you do at that point? Don't run from them. They still have certain assets that you don't have. While you are richer than them, they are not out of business. There are still contact and lines they will maintain. The best way for you to do that time is not to come and drag leadership or measure tussle with them. Remain under them. Don't let them know that you are richer than them. My name is Governor Ezioku, son of the great Shanamites that lives amongst the angels. Good morning. I'll see you some other time.